Hi, fellow art lovers. This is David McLean with Studio Miguel. I'm here today with a drawing from my Persian Pickle series, which is a series I'm working on every day during the month of July 2010. It's inspired from an Illustration Friday theme, more commonly known as Paisley. Persian pickles were introduced to Europe in the 16th century. I thought the name was kind of crazy, so I, for some strange reason, decided, I was going to design one every day and all month long for a total of 31. This is number 19. For this piece, I wanted to evoke the feeling of kind of Russian propagandist posters, from way back in the day. I think a lot of that showcased workers, a very graphic style, the hammer, the sickle, that sort of thing. For me, personally, what embodies that the best is the raised fist. So I kind of envisioned that in my head. I started it out by blocking my proportions in pencil, which I do almost all the time, though sometimes I do find myself setting down straight and going straight ahead with ink. There's something crazy that happens whenever you just draw with ink, and I try to make a nice clean line. Of course, I didn't do that here. And I'll be honest with you, I think it suffers a little bit because of that. There's a few things that I wasn't happy with. What are you going to do, So once I've got my fist in place, then I draw my the outline of my Paisley design. And I'm struggling a little bit with line weight here, trying to keep it to consistent thickness all the way around. In fact, the starburst that you see me adding now, once it was digitized, I went back in Photoshop and cleaned that up and tweaked it out some, because I just wasn't happy with the way it worked out. Most of the time, I like the organic nature of a hand-drawn ink line. But there are times when I just like a nice, sharp, straight, crisp line that I don't want to take the time to use a ruler for. So Photoshop or working on it, doing it in the computer really is the better way to accomplish that. All the guts of the Paisley, I'm just kind of freehanding. No idea what's going to go in there. Some of these were more successful than others. This particular one I happen to really, really like. It's one of my favorite ones from the series, but I think it's split. I like the line work. I like the design of what's in the actual Paisley. But in the end, what I really loved was the color. Oh, and this little fire graphic that I drew on the wrist that just kind of sprung from inspiration. It's really good. It's really draws my eye to it. It's one of the things I really like. One of the things that really stands out for me. This whole series has been a lot of fun to do. Right now, I am working on... This is like an 18 by 20 sheet of paper. And it's weird because I dug it out of an old paper sample book that was just laying around. It's not really art paper. In fact, I have no idea what even paper it is. It's the only sheet of it I had. It's got little flecks in it. Of course, you can't see that here, but if you look at the high res on my blog, you can certainly see that. I'm doing all my line work up to this point, for the most part, I think, with a Sharpie. Which is kind of unusual. I almost never draw with a Sharpie. I don't like the inconsistent blacks that I get from the older Sharpies that I tend to use because I'm too cheap to buy new ones all the time. Just kind of an oxymoron, because I spend a fortune buying these great little brush pens that are waterproof that they ship all the way from Japan. For this piece, I was drawing large, and I just wanted a consistent thickness of line, so I went ahead with the Sharpie. Plus, I didn't need the waterproof nature of the brush pen, because I wasn't planning to do any analog or color work. It was all going to be digital, and I knew that right from the beginning. I really hope you like it. I had a blast working on it, and I was very satisfied with it in the end. So please, if you want to see more of my work, stop by my blog at dmclean.com. or my regular commercial website at studiomiguel.com. I do hope you find this inspiring or educational or something. An artist needs their work to be loved or hated, anything but just simply ignored. I do hope that you continue to do work yourself. The more work you do, the more work you want to do. In fact, Seth Godin, a wonderful writer, said it best. Done is the engine of more.